Welcome to the O'Leary Project!
Today, we answer the question that's been on everybody's mind. Have you ever wondered where the 5-second rule originated, and is there any truth behind it?
Let's get to work.
We're going to start with the origin of the 5-second rule, what we found out. It's not really clear as to, where it started, but from what I found out, it started back in I think it is the 13th century with Genghis Khan, who, if you don't know who that is, he was a big Asian guy who kind of was an emperor and killed people. So, anyway, apparently, according to Wikipedia, which you know is very trustworthy, Genghis Khan used to hold banquets for all his generals after he won battles. So, after the victories, he would have big banquets. And according to the rule of Khan, as it was called, any food that was dropped 5 to 12 hours after it had been dropped, it was okay to eat, if Khan said it was okay. So, I mean, that sounds kind of sketchy to me, but of course, he was the man,
So basically, if he said it was okay to eat, it was okay to eat.
Yeah. Apparently, if anybody died, they were said to be conned. So, kind of like conned, but conned, Khan.
Like
a con man.
Yes. So, that's as far as we got to as far as origin. There isn't really anything else that kind of explains where it came from. I saw that in a couple different spots, so it's more likely that was actually where it did originate from. Then on to, the research and stuff. There has been a lot of research for this thing, considering it's just a really urban legend kind of thing.
Yeah.
There was one college that did it for 2 years, just a study on the 5-second rule, which is what?
Can you imagine getting your doctorate in
Yeah,
that
it's
one?
So, but yeah, there's a study from 2003, 2005, 2006. There was one in 2016. But in these studies, they found out a couple things about the 5-second rule. In the University of Illinois, they found out that 56% of men and 70% of women were familiar with the rule. So I guess women are more likely to know about it. And
Which makes sense, because we belong in the kitchen.
Yes, that's it. In the 2005 study, there was actually a phone survey, which again, how accurate can that be? Of 1,000 people, that men are more likely to eat food off of the floor even after they drop it.
That makes more sense.
They don't know the rule.
Yes, exactly. If you want to, in the comments below, men and women, go ahead, say if you eat it or if you don't, and see, we'll count it up and rally how many women and how many men. Another part of the study was the one guy was saying that people tend to eat food if it falls on their own floor more often. But he was saying that for bathrooms especially, it's probably actually cleaner in public places because they clean it more often.
That's true.
Which could be true, could not be true, depends on where you go. With your work, you know how much you clean the bathroom.
Yeah.
So,
About that.
yeah.
Once a day.
Also, carpet is apparently less bacteria comes off of carpet. So if you drop something on the carpet, you're more likely to be able to eat it without having bacteria. As opposed to, I think it was tile and stainless steel. More bacteria came
Which is
off.
weird because I'd rather eat it off of not the carpet.
Mhm.
Because
Fuzz.
carpet
So
sometimes
gross.
has little
Fuzzies.
fuzzies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But apparently the carpet sucks up the bacteria more itself, so the stuff on the surface stays cleaner. So,
That makes sense.
But if you went digging around for
yeah,
the food,
I
then
mean, if somebody
I don't
there,
think if I would dig for food and then
Yeah.
I need this piece of popcorn.
that's your hobby, then go ahead. It's not so much the time, but also the moisture of the food. So if you drop something dry, like a cracker or a jelly bean with like that hard coating, it's less likely to have bacteria as opposed to watermelon or
fruit.
grapes. Yeah,
Yeah.
anything with moisture. Pudding.
Milk.
You'd really have to dig for pudding if
Yeah.
you dropped that in the carpet.
I would dig for pudding.
It comes
So
down
different
to-
foods are more susceptible to
Yeah. It's
the 5-second rule.
It comes
so.
down to the type of the floor, and then the floor's condition, and then the type of food. Not so much the time.
And
So-
your judgment.
And
Yes.
your immune system.
Yes. So that pretty much wraps up what I was able to find, I think.
It started with this con dude, and it's just been weird ever since because nobody really knows, is it real? Is it not real?
There's no science
Why
behind it.
why
really.
do we do this? Why is it 5 seconds? The world may never know, but this is our best attempts at answering this for you because we know.
And
We know that you've been struggling with this question.
And just in case you ever wondered, and we wondered too, now you know. So I think that wraps it up for the research part. Now we're going to move on to the game part.
Fun stuff.
Yay!
Little afraid, but that's okay.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game. I got 3 different kinds of food. I got chocolate chips, grapes, and goldfish. Each food, there's a bowl for each team of the pure version, which I just took straight from the packaging and put in the bowl. And then the other version is a dirty version that I put on the floor for no more than like 3 to 5 seconds, but they were still on the floor. So what each team is going to do is they're going to examine each food in each bowl and eat at your own risk because I can tell you later where each item was placed.
Do they want to?
But
I bet
that's why I
one
said I'm going to tell them afterwards. And then they're going to guess which bowl is which. So yeah. All right, let's start with the chocolate chips then. Okay.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna
This one
hand
feels
it.
gritty
Okay. Should I?
on the right.
Wait.
Okay.
got
I'm
one.
gonna
I'm on the left.
hand.
Am I on the right?
Okay, I'm gonna hand.
Yeah, that's
Is there any residue?
So this
in
is the
there?
chocolate chip
no.
from the
That
right
one smells
bowl,
like chocolate.
guys,
I
okay?
don't know if that gives us a hint.
It
They
tastes
both
okay.
smell like chocolate. Wow.
This one's got some.
Oh, it's definitely the right one.
5 seconds and then
The
be
right
quiet.
one, get the bowl in the
4,
left one.
I'm thinking right.
3.
Feels wet.
John, Matt, and Emma, which one is the dirty version?
Oh.
Are they right? Yes, you're right.
Yes!
All right.
Okay.
It was right.
Jake,
You were
Karis, and
right,
Soph, which one is your dirty version?
Blind high five.
Left.
There's actually
Left? Left.
Your left or my left?
our
Our
left.
left.
Oh,
Mine, yours, right.
There's an eyelash.
Nope. That was wrong.
See, I told you it was the right.
Jake was.
Let me tell you guys where that one was from.
Oh gosh.
They were next to the dog food, and they definitely sat in dog food and in water.
And
That was not wet at all when I ate it, so.
Tasted the dog food.
Let's do round 2. We'll do the grapes. You got a small bowl and a big bowl.
Here's your
Hey,
left
you
bowl.
got any
Here's your right bowl.
Okay, we started.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm feeling around. Excuse me.
All right,
Hi.
let's do the
I
right
feel
bowl
a hand.
first.
Yeah, it's
Go.
fine.
My hands
I
are
hate
out.
grapes.
Okay, I got the other one.
This is the left bowl.
This is gonna be bad.
That's left.
I didn't know you hated grapes.
So, can I have from the other bowl so I can feel them at the same
Oh,
time?
it's definitely the left one. That's gross. Why am I whispering?
So-
Don't get him confused.
Okay, so
Do we
wait,
get
the one
extra
in
points
this.
is
if
from
we
the
guess what
left
the
bowl.
residue was?
Okay, so I'll
You might
switch
just want to
hands.
switch hands.
I just
This is a
Karis,
no
this
point
is from the
system,
left
but
bowl.
you get extra kudos.
I think I'm just
You
gonna,
get to eat
wait,
both bowls.
I'm gonna
I
take a
am
leap of faith
I
and
am
eat this
so-
grape out of the
I am
right
so
bowl.
sure that the left one is the dirty. I'm eating a right one. I've never
That's what I'm
had
doing
it.
too.
Can you stop
Cheers.
copying me?
I think it's
Oh,
the
I
left bowl.
shouldn't-
I
I
think
got
it's
it.
the left.
All right,
Oh,
5
yeah, it's the
seconds.
left bowl. Left
5,
bowl. Left bowl.
4,
John, you wanna-
3,
What?
2,
Are you think it's left?
1. Okay,
No more. Stop.
Jake, Karis, Soph, which one?
Left bowl.
Your left or our left?
Our left.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I
yes,
got.
you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure what we established.
High five, so.
John, Matt, Emma. Yes, you're right.
Yes!
Okay,
This one.
This one.
and
Yep. Do we get her?
Dave's grapes were dropped in the mudroom in a pile of shoe dirt.
Oh.
I knew. Dad watched me do it, and he actually gagged.
Okay,
Oh.
I think I hope
Oh,
I ate the right one from the little bowl.
Well, let's hope I don't get sick.
Hey,
But I could feel it on the grapes.
Round 3 is goldfish.
I love goldfish.
Left
The
bowl,
hair,
Sophia?
the hair. gets
Right
on
bowl.
the goldfish.
All right, let's do left bowl first
I
this time.
heard something.
Well, that was me.
That was
That's something I
Can I
could
have
Left
right?
cares? Yeah.
I'm putting goldfish back.
Oh my gosh, I know
right.
it's the left. It's the left.
It's
It's
not
the
really
left.
right.
Yeah, what
It
if
is
you
the
cramp
left.
your
Right.
fingers? It's gonna
Okay,
be
it is literally the left. The left has a hair on it and it's wet. I know it's the left.
Why would you eat it after you said I
The left one is recipe for the
wanted to confirm? There's other ways to confirm,
Wait.
Sophia.
It's the
What
left.
happened to this?
Guys,
My hand
It's
is
wet and there is hair on it. It's the left, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay, it's left.
great.
I'm
Joe is dying.
Guys, I felt guys,
Alright, 5 seconds. There's one. 5,
I'm gonna say
4, 3,
we could just go
2,
for it.
1. Okay. No more conversing. John, Matt, and Emma.
Left.
No. Wrong.
Ah,
we
Okay,
thought
and Jake,
Obviously.
Karis, and so.
our left.
There's one.
Yes.
Ah.
Alright, and these ones I put on the carpet in the living room, but I made sure that I picked up some hairs when I picked them
Yeah, I
back
felt
up.
them.
You didn't
I
put
felt
enough
the
in
hair.
our bowl.
Oh, if you
I felt the hair.
there's a bunch of hair in your bowl.
plethora
Look
of
at-
Can we take our
hairs.
lunch?
Ah.
And I ate them both.
Oh, wow.
I ate them
Yeah.
both.
Jeez.
Guys,
How did that make it taste so nasty? That was
I didn't taste anything.
I was mad. It was mad rad, y'all.
Well, I definitely learned something about that question. I did not know where the 5-second rule came from, nor did I know that men were worse at it, apparently, because I've always known it. So that saves me years of therapy down the road. What did you guys think about what we went through today?
Well, I was just surprised that there was so much research that was done on it. Like,
Yeah.
so many hours of people's time. I'm just surprised. But it was kind of cool to see the statistics on it and everything. What about you?
well, I was actually surprised that Genghis Khan was the one that made up the 5-second rule. Because when I imagine Genghis Khan, all I see is him just chopping people's heads off. But also, the rounds were hard with the game to feel like which one was different. I remember the last round, I got the left one in my hand and I didn't even need to feel the right one because I felt the hair and the wetness, which I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah,
So it really shows you that it just depends on the food.
yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
So, yeah, there's a 5-second rule for you.
Hey guys, so I hope you liked the video that we had today. It took a while to do, but the research was definitely worth it. So we kind of hope that you guys would, after watching this, want to subscribe and also comment below and tell us any more questions that you might want to, have us look into. We can also, if you follow us on Instagram, we can tell you throughout the week of anything else that we might be planning. So yeah.
Don't forget to stay on top and see you next week.
Yeah.